Hello and welcome back, everyone, to Burnout Paradise on Rocket Rabbit Commentaries. And in this episode, we got Gerdat's favorite fucking vehicle in the entire game, the Montgomery GT 2400. An out-and-out track car, light, powerful, and so much grip that it takes a lot of persuading to make it go sideways. Watch out for someone understeer when cornering at speed. Most of that description is a lie. The damn thing turns on a fucking dime. Love this thing.
Yep, so now we are just about all set unlocking new vehicles. Look no further.
Now, the Montgomery GT 2400 is a speed class vehicle, so it's relatively difficult for it to maintain, those burnouts if you're not willing to play risky. Thing is, it's so safe to play risky with this thing that it is very common for me to actually score upwards of 7 to 8 burnouts in a single session without even really trying. I mean, look at that. The brake turn on this thing is so goddamn tight. Oh, it's so beautiful, Mr. Cloud. Why can't the rest of the speed vehicles in the game work like this one?
Because we finally made it. This is what we've been wrecking cars for.
Yes,
this is what we've been going far for.
Yes, this is the vehicle that makes me super happy to play this, because even we're not even boosting at the moment, and look how fast this fucking feels.
Very shaky. I mean, for God's sake, it looks like a race car.
Yes. Specifically, it looks like a Formula 2 race car. And to be perfectly honest, I'm okay if it is a Formula 2 race car. It's probably a Formula 3 race car, to be perfectly honest. But, oh man, it turns on a dime. It brake turns on a dime. It goes where I tell it. It's ludicrously faster a majority of the game. The only problem is, because it actually caps out at 4 points of speed, it's not actually fast enough to go through the entire game on its own. It's almost there. But look, even the e-brake turn, I can recover out of it in under 2 seconds. A majority of speed vehicles cannot do that. Oh, it's so... the Burnout fan! Anyway, we're going for the burning route to make this vehicle just slightly better on the boost side, because... yes, being slightly better on the boost side is important to it. I still have a little bit of my cough left. Blech.
2 minutes and 1 second.
Oh, won't you please be a GT 2400? Whoosh!
Man, bravo for the map knowledge, because a lot of these little niches where you can find shortcuts, not only are they not on the map, but it takes quite a bit of practice to learn where they are.
And how does best to utilize them during your routing?
Now let's take things up a notch. You're coming towards me, and I'm coming towards you.
So far away.
Yeah.
I fucking love this. Is why I play Burnout Paradise. This feeling right here, just going as fast as I can in a vehicle that feels awesome to pilot.
That is that not why car guys only drive their favorite cars? It's not only to show off, but also
because
to
they love
feel
the feeling
good.
of being in their favorite cars.
Exactly, and when we feel good while we're driving, that's when we drive our best.
We don't usually crash into, pastry restaurants, but sometimes we do.
Paradise City Pizza, nice. Going to the bakery, getting lots of scones.
Now, would Guns N' Roses actually make that version of the song?
No.
Yeah, they're not British enough.
No, because Axel Rose doesn't have the humility to make fun of himself like that. Because that's where that meme came from. Axel Rose got caught walking out of like a pastry shop or grocery store with a bag full of like donuts or something. And this is fat Axel Rose we're talking about.
So post 2000s Axel Rose.
And this tragically becomes the final episode of Roger Rabbit Commentaries when Axel Rose cracks down for us making fun of him.
Whoa! Even if Mr. Axel Rose was going to attempt to sue us because we made fun of him, how much does he plan to get from us for it? Because we're broke.
All of it.
So all of -0?
Well, I mean, we would have to claim bankruptcy, but he can only claim up to the amount that the bankruptcy corpse would allow. Freedom of speech, Mr. Gerdat. We're allowed to make fun of people. I'm just saying. That would be, talk about pressure.
Even crashing in this vehicle is fun, though, man.
I like watching the tires pop out.
Yeah.
Prototype. Right. It's like, wow, this vehicle looks sleek. Fresh off of the assembly line from our scientists and engineers at the dealership. When are we doing the test? Oh, my dear good sir, this is the test.
All right, so here's I don't actually use this junkyard fucking ever. I don't like this junkyard placement. It actually has a lot of events around it, so you would think I would actually want to use this junkyard more often. But a majority of these events have other junkyards that are relatively close by, so meh.
Takedown Teamology.
Yeah, why would you stop boosting in the Sabotage GT2400, Mr. Cloud? It's designed so that you don't do it, but there are instances where it is required that you stop boosting in it, mostly if you run out of boost.
Need I refer you to the NSB rule of Burnout Paradise? Never stop boosting. I'm sorry. That would be ABB. Always be boosting. Sorry, that was my Glengarry Ross impersonation.
Yeah, both of those apply specifically to the GT2400 in general. But you'll notice that now we're starting to see other Formula vehicles show up. There's at the front of the pack right now. There specifically are two very explicit Formula vehicles, as well as the Uberschall 8 is also present. I don't know when we unlock the goddamn Formula 1 vehicles, because the Formula 1 vehicles in Burnout 3 Takedown were unlocked by doing very specific special event things. And I am not entirely sure that the World Circuit Racer, as it was called in Burnout 3 Takedown, even makes an appearance in Burnout Paradise. Mostly because I have not actually looked at a full car list for this game in ages. And mostly because it's never actually occurred to me that I've needed to actually go for completion. It wasn't until recently where I was like, I'm only 40 wins off. After I did all the race events, I want to try to go for completion, and I wish that I hadn't done all the. I am glad that I did all the race events first, because if I hadn't done all the race events first, there would have been a couple of race events that I would be like, where the fuck are they on the map? Ugh. Our map is not as good as it could be, Mr. Cloud, is my point there.
I tell you, while we're on the subject of the map, we're finally at the 20th part of the Roger Rabbit Commentaries playthrough. I think I'm finally starting to recognize places. Like, we've definitely been here before.
Yeah.
But then I find that sensation has been following me quite a bit.
Pretty much any of the events that end over at the Lone Stallion Ranch, I just go to the south wall and then dash my way over from there.
Race northeast to the country club.
Yeah. So, to the country club with us. Now that we actually have the Sabotage GT2400, this is effectively the only vehicle that we're going to be running for race events for most of the rest of the playthrough. Mostly because it's tanky enough to actually survive lighter crashes. It can't do traffic checks, but it's not so fast that traffic checks end up being a thing that we are trying to do on accident. And we have enough durability in car combat to not immediately die whenever someone tries to pin us into a wall. It's so goddamn responsive. It's so smooth. Ah, ouch!
Yeah, it definitely responded to that truck in the oncoming
Whoa,
traffic lane.
I know what happened there, okay? Every single speed and stunt vehicle in the game has this particular problem where they're so goddamn light that if you are boosting whilst you're on a street divider, you momentarily go airborne. And while you are momentarily airborne, it does not matter what direction you're inputting, you no longer have control of your vehicle. So for that quarter of a second that you are airborne, you're dead. So, if there's any vehicles that are, on the path that you are currently flying, you're toast.
Flying.
It happens quite a bit with a lot of the later vehicles, which I have, alluded to with the Tempesta quite a bit. I always end up going back to that tangent, and unfortunately, we might not even end up exploring that tangent as much as I'm supposed to, because we might just, now that we have the GT2400, I don't really have a good reason to run the Tempesta in anything.
Gerdat, eyes on the road. You're gushing so much over the GT.
Cloud.
You're gushing so much that you can't see the vehicles. I mean, granted, a couple of these crashes, you simply did not have the reaction time while you were in the wrong lane. Still, though, keep your pants on.
No, we're fine. See, we're in the lead by a full second and a half. Whoosh.
Boom. We did.
I fucking love this thing so much.
Moose. The Moose of Glory.
Okay, and yeah, this race after. I guess not. All right.
It is kind of funny how we went through all this trouble of getting this car in the first place, and then all of a sudden the game just starts piling on all these other similar looking cars. Like, oh, so you like Formula One race cars? You thought it was special?
I don't
huh?
like
it
Formula One race
special.
cars. Okay, every racing game that I have ever played that has had Formula One racing cars in it has had the Formula One racing cars be fucking glass when it comes to any amount of damage modeling. Even Gran Turismo, which only has like one Formula One race car in its entire roster, at least I'm relatively certain, and makes that particular Formula One racer absolutely required in order to get, I believe it's the S-Class license in Gran Turismo 3, or either 2 or 3.
Jesus.
Four in a row. And despite the fact that it is, objectively one of the fastest vehicles in the game, when you're going through the licensing exam for it, you feel how terrible the thing is to drive. Like, I dislike how games actually portray the Formula One driving experience. You feel so goddamn light that you're threatening to just jump off the road, and in a majority of those games, you do in fact just jump off the road repeatedly. Heck, no, wrong way.
Yeah, wrong shortcut. Oh boy. All right, we are in trouble because now we're going in reverse.
It's okay. We still got 3 miles. We can get you back up, and we're still in second place too. And
yeah, they ruled us in 8th place pretty fast.
With the fucking GT2400.
Damn it.
We went the wrong way for a full 10 goddamn seconds, and yet we were able to recover fast enough to just stay in second place off of it.
That was definitely an error in geography. The game just was not sure if you had the true advantage. This will be the longest 1.7 miles yet encountered in a race situation. Left.
No. Do not take this jump. You never successfully take this jump. Ugh.
Water.
I hate this fucking jump. I really do. Because I've been, as I mentioned in the previous part, I've been going through trying to do completion stuff with this file off recording. But that particular jump very explicitly looks like every vehicle in the game can take it, and yet nothing fucking can. A speed vehicle going at max speed will still fail that fucking jump. Usually by crashing into the walls on the side.
Well, I'm afraid we are just about out of the running for this race.
We still got a mile, and every single one of those competitors is right fucking here, Mr. Cloud. This ain't over yet. We got the best vehicle in the game. Let's go. Take the shortcut.
Oh, right, because we still have shortcuts. Right, so we have the good kinds of shortcuts and the bad kinds of shortcuts. Boom, we're in second place.
And first place.
Point. All right, I see what you mean now. Well, I mean, just in fucking time, huh?
Yeah.
Jesus. Wait.
Uphill is a terrible street, but if you're any good at drifting, you can actually use it to close in on your opponents. In the next episode, more GT 2400, please.